as Mark mentioned, I'm Rob Green, and general manager of Amazon Business's public sector team in the U.S. And that's a team that focuses on leveraging Amazon Business's features and innovations to support the missions of our government, education, and nonprofit customers. And today I hope to share with you just a few thoughts, tips, and techniques on how to grow your business, how to reach new customers through Amazon Business, serving both public and private sector customers. Like I say, I'll share a few details on tools and strategies that can help drive sales. But first, I thought maybe I'll just start with a little context for Amazon Business, what it is and how we got started. So we launched Amazon Business in the US in 2015, so 6 years ago in April. And over the course of the past 6 years, we've launched in additional countries, including Canada, Japan, across the EU, and India. We're now serving more than 5 million customers. And in 2020, we reached a fairly meaningful milestone in achieving 25 billion in worldwide annualized sales. More than half of those sales come from our third-party sellers. And in the US, two of our fastest growing customer segments are in the public sector and large enterprise. We now serve 45 out of 50 states in the US, 90 of the largest and most populous local governments, like the city of Seattle. And we're more than 8 Fortune 100, including companies like Cisco, Intel, and Citigroup. What really differentiates Amazon Business and makes it unique is that we enable third-party suppliers of all sizes to sell to public and commercial entities. And as a company, Amazon spends billions of dollars annually to help small and medium-sized reach new customers and reach customers around the globe. In addition to investing in infrastructure and personnel and tools and services, our investments go toward services like our certified seller program, which is increasingly important and helps suppliers who have nationally recognized credentials or certifications, such as a small business designation, minority-owned, women-owned, veteran-owned, LGBT-owned businesses, indicate to Amazon Business buyers that they have those credentials. Adapting to the needs of buyers and sellers is our top priority, and better understand how those needs are shaping digital procurement. Amazon Business surveyed 250 B2B buyers and 250 B2B suppliers across the US in a new report called B2B Ecommerce Evolution. And our research found that 6% of buyers anticipate organizations continue to do more procurement online, even post-pandemic, and even as they return to the office and return to sort of more normal course of business. We also found that while cost and efficiency remain sort of the high priorities for buyers, emerging trends like buying sustainable products and sustainability in general, support for diverse and small local suppliers is increasingly important. And more specifically, actually, the data shows that 83% of buyers surveyed said their companies plan to increase their spend in 2021 with Black and minority businesses. On the seller side, customer growth and geographic expansion were top of mind, with 40% of suppliers saying they want to sell more internationally beginning in 2021. So at Amazon Business, we're really focused on listening to the needs of our selling partners and needs of our customers. With respect to selling partners, really focused on helping to ensure that our online store provides them with the tools and the resources they need to be successful so they can scale and grow and reach new customers. One of the barriers to success that many businesses face is reaching public sector customers specifically. We did another report recently, which we developed in partnership with Sensio Consulting. It's called Cracking the Government Procurement Code. And in the research we did there, we found that 93% of small businesses face significant barriers to reaching public sector customers through their traditional sales channels. And 85% agree that the overall public sector procurement process is just difficult to participate in. And they identified sort of 5 primary barriers, being incumbent supplier advantage, complex and inefficient procurement processes, difficulty or poor communication with buyers, and onerous legal regulatory requirements, and perhaps not surprisingly, political uncertainty. So we're helping to address many of these barriers by enabling third-party sellers of all sizes to sell into the public sector. By bringing public sector buyers and suppliers together in a familiar environment, regardless of pre-existing relationships, we're acting as a hub for public sector procurement. And in this way, there's no need for sellers like the Office Techs, for example, which is a small office supply business based in Texas. It happens to be a women-owned business, and they are now selling to government agencies through Amazon Business. So they no longer have to leverage sort of their traditional sales approach where they're out in region, driving around to meet with both commercial customers like they used to. They don't have to invest in the same types of marketing materials or struggle to uncover new opportunities. We've got teams dedicated to supporting sellers like the Office Techs to help them onboard to Amazon Business, help them with their account setups, and help them get launched. And that type of support includes things like navigating the account registration, catalog integration, ship settings, inventory settings, as well as supporting them with feature adoption, and specifically feature adoption like business pricing, business discounts, quantity discounts. And for those merchants that do have a diversity credential or certification, how to make those certifications visible to business buyers. We also host a small business academy that includes a range of seminars, community college courses, and webinars to help current and aspiring small business people learn about building and growing online businesses. You know, an example of an Amazon Business seller that's seen tremendous success in the public sector is Aldevra. It's a certified Black and veteran-owned business, started selling with Amazon Business in 2016, so just a year after we launched. And through Amazon Business's seller certification program, Aldevra has the ability to more easily reach companies looking to source from diverse suppliers. And in less than 5 years, they've grown their product offerings to over 40,000 and are now a contractor for several large government customers, including the Department of Veterans Affairs, U.S. Department of Defense, and U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. And this is just one example of how small and medium-sized business sellers can use Amazon Business to accelerate growth. But regardless if you're selling to government customers or commercial enterprises, there's certain strategies that all businesses can follow to help ensure the best sales outcomes and great growth with Amazon Business. And so I'll just talk through a few of those best practices and share those with you here. First, not surprisingly, accurate product data is vital. So using things like unique standard identifiers, UPCs, EANs, ISBNs, when creating or matching to product detail pages is vital. You want to make sure your product description, condition notes are clear and informative to buyers. And it's important that buyers get exactly the product described on the detail page where you place your listing. It's also important to check for orders frequently. You ship quickly when you find out about orders coming in. And so you can sign up for things like notifications. We'll email you when you have a sale, but we recommend that you check frequently for orders and make sure you fulfill quick. You also want to make sure that you're checking your inventory regularly, and this is important to keep an eye on your inventory levels, especially if you're selling through multiple channels. And obviously, customers who submit orders for products that turn out to be out of stock are more likely to leave negative feedback. Negative feedback. And so in situations like that, it's best to quickly inform the buyer and if appropriate, compensate them. And it's also pertinent that you keep pricing accurate at all times. Amazon Business has a more buying choices page, and it displays the lowest priced items first. And so Amazon shoppers are always looking for sharp pricing, best deals, and they're more inclined to purchase items that appear at the top of the more buying choices page. And then one other point I'll make is that best way to improve the buying experience is to align your shipping and fulfillment policies. So when you're creating your shipping policy, clearly let customers know how often orders are processed, how frequently you ship, the carriers you use, and how to contact you with shipping related questions. Again, not surprising, buyers whose items arrive late or damaged are more likely to leave negative feedback and request refunds or file A to Z claims, all which may negatively impact or your supplier rating. So at Amazon, we obsess over customers, and we obsess over helping selling partners grow their businesses. Customers pay close attention to feedback, and we found the keys to good feedback are accurately describing your items, getting items to buyers quickly, being prompt in responding to buyer questions, and ultimately you may want to solicit feedback to help promote your seller and supplier rating.
And Rob, thank you. I know that it's, boy, we cover a lot of ground here, and you laid the framework for not just who Amazon Business is, how it became Amazon Business, but more importantly, you delivered some very timely insight that I think people would not ordinarily get, which is how to be, a timely buyer and seller on this very emerging marketplace that's frankly driving growth across the board in digital commerce. So we want to thank you so much for taking time from your busy schedule to kind of enlighten us on some of the new trends at Amazon Business, but more importantly, tips and techniques for, doing business with you. So thank you so much.
It's my pleasure, Mark. Thanks so much for inviting me to join today.